Hey ladies, so I'm doing a video tonight, just kind of an about me video, and I had you guys ask some questions that you wanted answered. I am doing a bisexuality and views on bisexuality video tomorrow, and I actually have a lot of videos that I've had emailed to me, and I'm gonna try to incorporate all of those videos into the video for that topic. Tonight is just going to be about me, so I'm just going to start with where I'm from and a little bit about like my childhood, I guess, and then I'll go into answering the questions that you guys asked about me from Instagram. So a little bit about me: I was born in Illinois in July of 1989, and I moved to Colorado when I was in second grade. I've been here ever since, in the same house. I grew up playing soccer. I played soccer for 4 years, and then I switched over to softball. And for softball, I played competitively, and I traveled all over the U.S. throughout my entire teenage years. I stopped playing when I was 18 due to a back injury, and I was the best pitcher in the state when I was 17 years old. I guess a little bit before then is when I met Mason's dad, and once I graduated I moved out, and then I had Mason, and I am now in dental hygiene school studying to be a dental hygienist, and I'm going to be graduating in May, and that's kind of about it. I see myself staying in Colorado, although I would love to make my way to a state that had a beach and the ocean, but I do love it here because I love my winters and my falls. So I will get to answering the questions that you guys had from me. Give me just a second here. Meow, 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 meow. Okay, so my first question today was, what's my opinion about gay couples and gay marriage? Well, I would say I would be a hypocrite to not agree with all of that 100%. I think that gay marriage needs to be legalized throughout the United States and throughout everywhere else. I think that everyone should be able to be married to the person that they love, and I think that we're well on our way. I think that we have like 19 states that have accepted gay marriage, and that's awesome. How would or did you introduce your significant other to your son? Since I don't really go into a relationship without them knowing about my son, I kind of make it more of a casual thing. Like, I want them to know him as a friend first as well, because I need to see how they interact. If someone can't get along with my son, then they're not the person for me. So I definitely keep it casual, and I just I don't really explain to him what's going on at first. I just kind of see how they are with each other and let it go from there. How would I react to my son telling me that he was gay? Obviously I would be accepting of it, and he's gonna love who he's gonna love, and I'm not gonna stop him. I mean, who am I to stop him? I would love him just as much, and I just want him to be happy, just as I would hope from any other parent about their kid, is that they just want them to be happy. What is my opinion on butch relationships? I love them. I think they're adorable. Same with femme on femme or stem on stem. I love seeing two people that are so similar find a way to make it work, because I think that when people think about lesbian relationships, they think oh, there's one girly one and one kind of boyish one, but for me, I love seeing two femmes or two studs together. What was the hardest part about coming out? I can't really say that there was one specific part that was harder than the other when I came out, when I first came out my freshman year, but when I came out after having Mason, I knew that there was going to be a lot of people that didn't understand or support my decision, especially since there was a kiddo involved. What is my opinion on labels? That is my next question. We are going to be doing a video on bisexuals tomorrow. I don't like labels. I think that love is love. It doesn't matter what gender you find attractive, what gender you prefer to date, what gender you decide to spend the rest of your life with. I think that everyone should just find love, and I honestly believe that in another 100 years when, I don't know, our grandchildren are, having children or whatever, I think that everyone's going to be a bisexual, or almost everyone will at least be a bisexual, because, that's what it's turning into today. We're evolving to where we fall in love with people for their personality and not for their gender, and I think that's an awesome thing. I think it's a blessing, and it really helps you find the person that you're meant to be with. What is my dream job? Obviously dental hygiene. I was a dental assistant for 2 years, and the dental field is awesome. That's where I see myself for the rest of my life. But I also feel like I am pretty good at social media. I would love to help like a small business or a clothing company promote their business through social media at some point as kind of like a side project. Obviously, if it was like, a gay bar in my area, LGBT like clothing or anything else that, that would probably be the easiest to help promote through like Facebook or Instagram or Twitter, stuff like that, because I do feel like I'm pretty decent at that, and if I have the skills, I might as well help someone out and, work a side job for, little amounts of money to help them out and help them get started. What is my greatest fear? I have a few greatest fears. One of them is throwing up. I hate throwing up. Another one is drowning. That is like my all-time worst fear, I think. Those are two pretty big ones. I don't like throwing up, and I don't ever want to drown. I hope that no one I know ever has to suffer that way. Who inspires me? Okay, so I think that any mom out there who does the parenting on her own is an inspiration to me. I have been struggling with this myself, and although my son sees his dad every week, it's really hard for me to deal with the whole school thing and being there from 8 to 5 or whatever, and then coming home and being a mom and staying up late and studying and then getting up and doing it all over again. That's like my biggest struggle. So anyone that I see that's doing that and is successful, I look up to. I try to be that person for my son as well. Something that I've always wanted to do but never have done. I have always wanted to white river, I don't know, whatever the hell that is. The rafting and down the river thing. But I saw this thing, it's like a it's some sort of show where they die and then they come back to life, and it's like real life experiences. I don't know, I saw one and some girl got like trapped like under the rock while the river was like pushing her under the rock, and she like couldn't swim out because the current was too strong. Anyways, I've been deathly afraid of doing that ever since, and that's like back to my drowning fear. And then another thing that I want to do is to learn how to ride a motorcycle, and then I obviously want to buy a motorcycle. Let's see what else. Something that I want to do but I will absolutely never do, well, most likely, is jump out of a plane and skydive. Definitely probably won't get around to doing that ever as much as I want to. And I think that's it. There's nothing else that I wouldn't do or haven't done. What is my favorite interest? I guess if this means like what is my favorite thing to do to like pass my time, or like the biggest interest that I have that's not like school or family or whatever. I love to hike and explore new places. I love horses, and my goal one day is to have a horse and a whole bunch of land, and I just want to love on that horse. I don't know. I'm weird. That was really girly. Oh my god. I love spending time with my little guy. Other interests: softball, hanging out with friends, hanging out with my family. I like to go ATVing and snowmobiling, and yeah, that's kind of what I do in my free time, all of that. What type of girls am I into, and would I ever date a girl who's larger? I'm into STEMs, and for those of you who like don't know that meaning, it's just kind of a mix between like a more like studly girl and a more feminine girl. So like, I don't know, I guess kind of similar to how I usually dress. Would I date a larger girl? Yeah, I'm not about like physical appearance. I'm not worried about like what other people are gonna think based on the person that I'm dating or the person that I'm talking to. I think personality is key. If you can make me laugh, if you can make me happy, and if I'm attracted to you, then I mean, that's that. I don't like, you know, make my dating decisions based off someone's size. It's kind of sad that a lot of other people out there these days do. I will just leave it at that for right now, and I will talk to all of you guys tomorrow for the bisexuality video, and I am so excited about that because I have so many people who are gonna join me in that video. So I will talk to you guys tomorrow. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I just realized that it's like 15 minutes long. I'm really sorry about that. Apparently I like to talk about myself. But have a good night, have a good Tuesday, and I will talk to you tomorrow night.